Hey guys, welcome to the series Voices of the Caribbean Los Angeles, where we highlight Caribbean business owners and influentials in the Los Angeles community. I am Jahmea Bent, your Miss Caribbean Los Angeles. Come with me on my journey. Hey you guys, we're here at the Taste of Caribbean LA sponsor with some good food and good drinks and a very special guest who is a former professional basketball player, founder of LA Lime and the Dream Chaser International Foundation. We have here Kibwe Trim.
Thank you for having me, man. You know, we got the beef patties in front of us. Matter of fact, let me take a bite of this, see what they talking about here. Okay.
Good.
Hot off the press too. This is good. All right. Now we can get this interview started. No, all right.
Wait, let
Thank
me
y'all for
get
having me.
one
Oh,
more bite.
go ahead. Go ahead. Oh yeah.
That's
Oh
the
yeah.
truth.
I don't know if y'all can see the steam coming out of
It's
there.
blowing.
Thank you, Taste of the Caribbean. We got the sorrel too. Oh yeah.
We can't forget about the sorrel drink. Ooh. Oh, that's so good. Oh my gosh. That is delicious.
All right.
Oh
I think we good to go.
Yes. So tell us where you're from and what do you do?
So my name is Kibwe Trim, as you mentioned. Originally from Trinidad and Tobago, born and raised. So show Toto Matrinis. One love, right? I came here when I was 17 years old. Got a basketball scholarship to play basketball at Sacred Heart University. I played there for 5 years. And after that, I went pro. I played professionally for 10 years. I retired in 2016. And now, you know, I have my company, LA Lime. We do a lot of events and stuff throughout the city. I run my nonprofit foundation, the Dream Chase International Foundation. You know, we do community work here in Los Angeles. We do work in the Caribbean, abroad as well. And I mean, those things keep me busy.
Wow, you are a man of many talents. Wow, that is incredible. But let's talk about your LA Lime Foundation. That is a brand, right?
Yes.
A lifestyle brand?
Yes.
Yes.
So LA Lime, we launched LA Lime in 2017, right? And obviously, if you're from the Caribbean, you know that the word lime means hang out or get together. It's basically LA hang out, LA get together. Now, my uncle used to always say, access is the cornerstone of power, right? Access is the cornerstone of power. And how do you have access? That's through your network. So when I started LA Lime, it was more of like a networking thing, bringing people together, like minds, connecting people. Eventually, it turned into a lot of parties because people like to party.
Yes,
But in that same vein, you know, I've had people come to our events and get married. I've had people come to our events and done business together, and that still continues today. So, you know, the initial strategy of bringing people together and connecting people, it's still working.
Wow. And that connection is crucial. That's how we socialize. That's how we interact. That's how we get to know each other.
Of course.
But liming is such a unique thing for Caribbean culture, right?
Yeah.
Because liming, like you said, is just hanging out. So in what other ways, you know, besides the parties and all and those things, what other ways have you curated to bring that connection?
Man, we've done so many different things. We've done paint and sips. We've done talent competitions.
Nice.
We've done, anything. We've done group workouts. Anything innovative that'll bring people together and just get them interacting, right? So obviously a party is one thing, but you know, there are different types of events that you can throw. And I mean, the possibilities are endless, especially here in LA. There's so many different things you could do. We've done beach hangouts, you know, so we've done numerous different things just to get people together, get people conversating, because everything starts with a conversation.
Definitely.
Right? And like I said, a lot of great personal relationships have been formed and a lot of great business relationships have been formed that way as well.
Definitely. And earlier you talked about access, right? having the access creates, you know, the power. And so with this, how do you get people to access the experiences of liming, the experiences of connecting, networking? How do you get people to access that?
Yeah, well, as far as how we do things, I mean, obviously a lot of things happen by word of mouth. You know, some people come out to our events and then they tell others, hey, you should come. But as far as, you know, it's a social media age, so everything is digital now. You could find us, LA Lime, at l.a.lime on Instagram. And we have a website, www.la-lime.com. So yeah, you can find us there.
Okay. And it sounds like there's a lot of Caribbean influences within this, right?
Of course.
And are you just bringing just the Caribbean diaspora together, or is it everyone?
No, you know what? So when I started, obviously I'm from Trinidad and Tobago, born and raised. My family is still there, mom, dad, 2 brothers. So anything I do is gonna be Caribbean infused. So when I started, the vision was for Caribbean people. But I myself, you know, I've lived in 10 different countries. I have a great network here in Los Angeles, you know, across the world that are not only Caribbean people. So eventually it evolved into just, hey, listen, man, we're bringing everybody together.
Yes.
There's going to be a Caribbean feel. So, and sometimes I do straight Caribbean events, but a lot of times I just do events for everybody that everybody can appreciate and love and enjoy each other's company.
Wow. So what other like partnerships or cultural, non-Caribbean cultural clients have you worked with?
Man, I mean, we've done so many collaborations with so many different types of people. We've done Caribbean collaborations with my African brothers. We've done collaborations with, you know, my hip hop, R&B loving Black Americans. We've done, you know, I have a lot of white American friends too. We've done collaborations at W Hollywood, at so many different places here. And I'm always open because at the end of the day, like I said, I'm gonna always rep my Caribbean people, but at the end of the day, we all one human race, right? And we're here living and thriving together. So why not bring all of us together to make great things happen?
I love that. I love that. So with this foundation or with this brand, LA Lime, what do you expect people to get out of it? Like, what do you hope to inspire people within like the Caribbean diaspora or just anyone that you've collaborated with? What do you hope they get from it?
I just want to bring good people together with good energy. Listen, this life it's not easy. Sometimes it's challenging. You bring good people together with good energy, good things happen. Like I said, I've had people meet at my events and got married. I've had people meet at my events and establish business connections that are still going on. I started in 2017. I've had people 8 years later, 7 years later, still progressing in business. So that's my goal. Bring people together to form strong, lasting personal and professional connections.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really awesome. So what has to be your biggest achievement regarding your brand, LA Lime? Like, what was the biggest event that you were like, wow, like, this is incredible?
Man, you know what? I don't know if it was the biggest event, but the first pool party we ever did at the W, I think we maybe had about 700 people there, and it was crazy. It was such a fun event. I had great partners, and the thing is, when you're doing your first one, you're always nervous, and so to see it turn out like that, it kind of inspired me to keep going. And at that event, there were 2 people at that event who met each other there and later got married. A good friend of mine met his now wife at that party. So, you know, that I would say that was the one.
Oh my gosh. The event is also a love match.
There you go. There you go.
That is awesome. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I got to catch the next one for sure.
You for sure do. Might meet your future husband.
So you have a foundation, right, called Dream Chaser International Foundation.
Yes.
Tell us about that. What does that organization entail?
So I started the Dream Chase International Foundation in 2013. And we basically provide tutoring, mentoring, and financial aid for kids who are doing well academically and in some sort of activity, whether it be sports, entertainment, anything to kind of give kids a push, make them feel like somebody's here for them. We've done work locally here in Los Angeles, we've done work in the Caribbean, we've done work in Europe, we've done work in Asia. But yeah, it was, when I was coming up, I felt like there were a few people who brought value to my life. And I feel like, if I could do the same for other kids growing up, that's the intention.
Wow, that's incredible. So is there any difference that you've seen internationally when it comes to providing these resources?
Man, I mean, listen, it is. I'm from Trinidad and Tobago. A lot of things that are accessible here is not readily accessible where I come from. For example, I myself grew up without hot and cold water, without running water in the shower. I'll give you an example. One year I did a basketball camp in Trinidad, and there's literally a kid that came in, and the front of his shoes were actually open. I could see his toes. And I called him over. I said, hey, man, are you going to play in those? He said, these are all I have, but I didn't want to miss this opportunity. So at that point, I had brought 2 pairs of basketball shoes for each player that attended the camp. Literally, when I gave him these shoes, he started crying. So that's kind of the difference. You know what I mean? And what sometimes internationally, the response would be compared to here.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, bless your heart. He just,
that's
incredible.
For him, and it's interesting because something that you might think is small for you, it was so monumental for him. Just a pair of shoes.
He never
broke
forget
down crying.
that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So who provides this service with mentoring and tutoring? Who do you have in the organization that gives this service?
So, I have a small team. I have board members. I have different people who have had experience in, community health services and things like that. But it's up and down. Okay. You know what I mean? We do the best we can with the resources we have at the specific point in time.
So what's the mission for your organization?
Like I said earlier, providing tutoring, mentorship, financial aid where we can to kids in underserved communities who are excelling academically, as well as in some discipline of their choice, whether that be sports, the arts, entertainments. That's our mission.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is there anything that you see later on in the future that you want to, like a project or anything that you want to add along with your organization?
We have, over the years, we've done different things. We've done an event called Inside the Industry, where we brought in a lot of industry professionals because we're here in LA and people are in the arts and entertainments to kind of speak of their journey and, talk to kids and their families about how they can get there. At one point, we had a plan to do a One World, One Globe initiative where we were going to go to Haiti and make some donations and stuff. That didn't work out the way we wanted to. But, we have some things in the pipeline coming up for 2025 that I don't necessarily want to speak on too early.
But you speak it to existence.
I know. But let's just say, we're in contact with some women's group that are, working with young women. We have that coming up. We have another situation where, well, that one is good. That one is, I don't want to let the cat out the bag on that one, but things are happening and they're in the works.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, it's a pleasure talking with you. It's a pleasure talking about this nonprofit. You guys sponsor the nonprofit.
Yes. You can find us at www.dcifoundation.org, and we're also on Instagram at DCI Foundation.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode. Thank you so much for your time and talking to us and highlighting everything that you do. Yeah, we'll see you guys next time at the next episode.
Peace. But I mean, hey, I guess I'm your first.
Yeah. No, but you're not 7 feet.
No, I'm 6'10". Yeah, 6'10". I mean, it's not 7 feet though. I mean, actually, it's actually 6'9" and 3/4". I'm rounding up.